Is consistency good or bad? Let's see what Krishnamurti has to say about this. A mind which says, I have taken a vow to be something and I'm going to be that for the rest of my life is called consistent, but it is really a most stupid mind because it has come to a conclusion and it is living according to that conclusion. This is a very complex problem. I may be oversimplifying it, but I don't think so. When the mind is merely consistent, it becomes mechanical and loses vitality, the glow, the beauty of free movement. It is functioning within a pattern. Krishnamurti from a book, Think on These Things, excellent book. What he's saying here is that if you were consistent with things you've done and said in the past, as the internet and the world and politics expects you to be, they want you to be consistent. People are always looking for ways you've been inconsistent because they think for some reason that's a way to defame you or discredit you. It's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. Because what is the only constant in the universe? The only constant is change. Have you ever heard the phrase, the universe is always in flux? It means the universe is always changing. Right now, it's dying. Right now, the Earth is basically burning out. In like 4 billion years, it'll basically explode. And hopefully we'll be in other solar systems by then, but it'll all be gone. Yet humans living on this little spinning rock, we're apes with a plan, basically, as Naval says. We think of time, the sun rising, the moon, the earth spinning. We think of these things as constants. They're not, though. They can change at any moment. I mean, some mega asteroid could come and basically kill all life on Earth and knock us out of our orbit. And maybe we are a little bit further away from the sun. And then all life is basically gone because we're not in that Goldilocks zone anymore and the temperature is dropping, whatever. People have no idea how much of a miracle it actually is that we get to wake up every day. We either haven't nuked ourselves because of the complexities of geopolitics and human emotion and whatever, and the earth still spins and does its thing in a pretty consistent basis. But this is the way time is. Time is an ever-flowing sea of billions of years. It's just numbers we can't even comprehend. And we're in this little blip the past 10,000 years where we've been able to create civilization and iPhones and podcasts and all these things. The thing is, if you're consistent to your past self, you aren't learning and growing. If you aren't learning and growing, you're basically dying. You're regressing. You're not fighting entropy. And over a long enough period of time, you will meet your demise. You will be no more. In a universe that is constantly changing, rigidity is death. To fight entropy, which is the regression to disorder, all things in closed systems, like a human in a closed system, regresses to disorder. We return to stardust. This is part of the constant changing of the universe. To fight entropy, you have to take action. And action is change. To take an action is to change from what you were just doing, not taking action, to taking action. If you are looking to be consistent in what you've done and said in the past, you are falling victim to consistency bias. If you're trying to look for flaws in other people because they change their mind and maybe they look like a quote unquote flip-flopper, you should reevaluate that opinion because you might actually be dealing with somebody who's embracing the law of the universe that is change and is trying to grow, adapt, and make mistakes along the way. Get the Better Human newsletter to make you a better human, sent out multiple times a week, and I'll see you in the next one.